Great day, parents and scholars. Today we continue working with place value, and we're working with the read, draw, write process and how to solve addition problems using the standard algorithm. So the first one on homework, it says a flower shop sold 14,976 lilies in 1 year. They sold 7,488 more roses than lilies that year. How many flowers did the shop sell altogether? Okay, so it says the flower shop sold 4,976 lilies in 1 year. So I'm going to label that. I have my lilies, and it says they sold 14,976. That's my first sentence. I'll label. Now I'm reading my second sentence. They sold 7,488 more roses than lilies that year. Does that mean that the roses they sold was 7,488? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because our current fourth graders are reaching back and saying, oh, well, whatever numbers we have, we either add them or subtract them. That is not the case in fourth grade. It's several steps we have to do to solve our problem. So let me read it again, and we're going to see where that 7,488 is going to go. They sold 7,488 more roses than lilies last year. Okay? So that means they sold the same amount, right? Plus, they sold 7,488 more. So we're going to add on 7,488. And I'm going to put more here. So I know I'm going to have to add that. Okay? So they sold this much more than the lilies. Okay? Then it says, how many flowers did the shop sell altogether? So here we're looking for the total. And we're going to put our variable, which is an A. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the total amount of lilies and roses. Okay? So we're going to come to our place value chart, and we're going to plug our numbers in. I always tell the scholars, when you're adding or subtracting, just put the largest number first every time. So I'm going to do just that. So I'm going to do, let me get my 10,000 spot we left off of here. And the first thing, the scholars can do all three numbers at one time. I do not suggest that. To me, it seems as an easier way that you can make a mistake of trying to add 3 rows of numbers. So I'm going to do the lilies and roses, what they had the same, and then once I find the sum, I'm going to add on the 7,488 more. Okay? So again, if you can do that, that is fine, but that's not teacher recommended. Okay? So I'm going to add it. Okay? And 6 plus 6 is the same as 6 times 2, and that's 12. So my 2 goes here, plus 1. 7 plus 7 is the same as 2 times 7, and which is 14, and you add 1, that's 15. 9 plus 9 is the same as 9 times 2, is 18, plus that 1 gives us 19. 4 plus 4 is the same as 4 times 2, which is 8, plus 1 gives us 9, and 1 plus 1 gives us 2. Okay? We're not done because we haven't finished adding them all up. Okay? So let me extend my line. And I always do the wiggly line so it's never mistaken for a 1. Okay? And so look at this, because this is how I saw a lot of this today. Oops, sorry. 7, 4, 8, 8. Can I write it like this? Absolutely not. You have to start at the ones place and continue to the left. Okay? Because in other words, it will leave you with nothing in the ones place. And it's 4 digits, and therefore I know it's thousands, so I know I'm starting in the thousands place. Okay? So that's 4 digits, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know I'm starting in the thousands place. 7,488. I'm going to add it. 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1. 6 plus 8 is 14. I have an opportunity to make a 10. 10 plus 4 is 14. Another opportunity for a 10. 10 plus 7 is 17. And 2 and 1 is 3. So I have 1 tens, hundreds, comma. My answer is 37,440. That is the total amount. 37,440. Now, I have to do my right part. So you go to the last sentence and let's read it, and we're going to rephrase it with the answer, okay? And it says, how many flowers did the shop sell all together? And I would say the shop sold 37,440 flowers all together. And that will be my sentence. Okay? And that is how you would do our number 1. Now with some, let me reach back, because I've been trying to reach back to make sure we understand rounding and estimating, because it is crucial in 4th grade. So let's do another one. I have another strategy for those that are not quite picking up the vertical line. We have options. So I'm going to write this number twice because I'm going to show you the vertical line way, and I'm going to show you an alternative, another strategy. Okay? Now, this is what I'm going to say. If you have the vertical line down pat, you're getting it right most of the time, that's what you stick with. Okay? So in other words, if you have it, I don't want to change in the middle of the game you to something else, and then you just totally start getting it wrong because you don't understand what you're doing. Okay? This is a crutch for those who don't quite get it yet. Okay? And when I say don't quite get it yet, that means you can probably find the baseline and the maximum. You may have trouble with the halfway point or the midway point, but everyone should know how to start. Okay? This is week 2 with rounding. So everyone should know how to start. I've cycled students through small group, and we've been going over this. And I just want to give another strategy to put in their toolbox, just in case the vertical line is not clicking. Okay. So here's what we've been doing with the rounding with our vertical line. And let's say we want to round to nearest 1,000. Okay. And so we're going to put the 6 because it comes before it. And the underlying number, we keep it. So we will have, I'm sorry, let me move it up so we can see it on the screen. So we're going to keep the 6. And the 3 is underlined. Everything after the underlined digit will go to a 0. Okay? Now, when I do my maximum, the only number that's going to change is the number in the thousands place. And it's going to go up 1. So at our maximum, it'll be 6,000, 64,000. Okay. Now our halfway point is we're going to write with the half of the baseline. Okay. All the numbers 63, but the very next 0 from our baseline will turn to a 5 in our midpoint or our halfway point. Okay. So we have 63,000. 63,500 and 64,000. Okay? Now, we're going to compare our halfway or midway point with this number here, with the original number given. Okay? Let me move that over so I have space to write our answer. And how I tell the kids, I often chunk it rather than looking at the whole number. So I'll do 63,000, and so I go to the midpoint. Well, this also says 63,000. So I'm going to the second part. Okay? Now I'm going to 200, and is 217 larger than 500? No, it is not. So that means it is less than our midpoint, and therefore it's going to round to 63,000. Okay? So 63,000. Okay, I'm using the same exact problem, but I'm gonna do it in another way. Hopefully, if you're scholars aren't quite grasping it yet, that this will be, they will find this easier, okay? So we have 63,000, we round to the nearest thousand, and 3 is there. So I'm going to circle that 2, and this is the place that comes right before it, and that's the 2. And right above the 2, I'm going to put 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Now listen carefully. If the number that is circled is a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, the underlying digit is going to go up. If the number circled is not a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the underlying digit is going to stay. Okay, you got it? Let me say it again. If the number circled, which is the number right beside the underlying digit, if it is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the underlying digit is going to go up. If the number circled is not a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then the underlying digit is going to stay what it is. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a minute, and you decide what is going to happen to that 3. Is it going up 1, or is it going to stay at 3? Exactly right. It's going to stay at 3 because this 2 is not a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the only thing that can make the underlying digit move. So it's 6. Then 3 is going to stay what it is. Everything else after the underline goes to a 0. And there you go. Okay? And some kids say they want to, they'll try both. And some scholars I talked to today, they can see it. When they look at a number and they see, oh, this is round to the thousandth place, they automatically know without realizing they can already do this. And I was like, no, you have to show work. So I said, well, this may be what you want to do, and it also save you time on the test, because I eventually want to get all 4th graders where they can just look and see. They can look at that, oh, that's a 2, so I know that's not going to move. That's 63,000. Okay? That is the goal for us to get to. Okay? Some are already there, and that's okay. And I told them, so it will be easier for you to use this way. So when you are on the EOG or a time test, you're not wasting all this other time. You know exactly where to go. Okay? But we don't have to get there to the end of the year. So those that are right here, the babies that are right here, that's fine. Okay? We're looking for accuracy of a problem, working it out. Okay? And so that's all I have for you today. So work hard.